Once I started teaching, I realized how much I loved it. And what I loved was really making the connection with the students. And to be able to pull out of them the curiosity about the world that they already have within them.
The word transformative is really very important because I think it has really given me the opportunity to become what I am now. It has given me that sense of confidence, that sense of analytical skill set that I've never considered not being able to do whatever I wanted to do.
I don't feel that the college's work is yet done. And I think it's important to invest in assuring that it has the resources and its capacity to continue to make a difference in the lives of the young women who come to this college and the lives of the broader community and the broader world.
Mary Lyon said, go where no one else will go, do what no one else will do. So that kind of spirit of you can be a change agent in the world, I think it's incredibly valuable.
All education it's not just curriculum, it's hugely personal. And it's when someone connects with someone else and they drive each other somewhere no one would have quite gone before. I think that's what happens.
My advisor is incredible. I wrote a paper for him about the economic and political history of Chile, and he really snatched it up and said, this is really good stuff, you have to go to Chile. These are the options that you have, like, we're gonna get you a grant, you're gonna go down there, this will be perfect. Yeah.
The access that they have to professors is phenomenal. And it's not just access for advising. So often it's based around the work that the professor is doing, or that the student then, inspired by what she sees or hears in the classroom, decides to take on herself.
I think the liberal arts and women's college are in some jeopardy today. That there's not a valuing of them to the degree that one would wish. And so I think it's very important to continue to speak out for them.
The husbands can't really get involved with the female relationships.
An endowment is a commitment to excellence and to permanence. And Mary Lyon really understood that. So she was determined that the institution that she founded would endure. And so she raised money, first for bricks and mortar, then for endowment. She knew those two things were essential, and we are following right along in her footsteps.
That's what I tried to do for you in these first couple of weeks, was introduce you to a whole range of theoretical perspectives.
The trustees have wisely decided that the endowment should be the primary focus of this campaign. And I think that that reflects on where we as an institution are today and where we need to go. It's a reflection of our support of this faculty, first and foremost, and the role that they play in this institution. And I think that we owe it to them, and we owe it to our students to do everything that we can to bolster our endowment.
We need more endowment all the time because the cost of educating young people grows every year. The cost of competing for superior faculty grows every year. And the endowment needs to grow not with inflation, not with some obscure CPI. It's growing with the cost of educating these women.
What we are trying to do with the investment committee is make sure that we maintain the integrity of this investment pool by investing in really thoughtful investment managers, making sure that we have the right asset selection, and monitoring the performance of each and every investment we make. Our investments range from investing in U.S. equities to international equities, both emerging and developed markets. We're also involved in the fixed income markets, both domestic and global. And then we have some more specific investments in hedge funds, as well as private equity, venture capital, real estate, and diverse holdings such as timber. We have worked very closely with our consultant firm, Cambridge Associates in Boston, to make sure that we really are thoughtful about each investment. We meet quarterly with various managers to discuss their performance, their investment strategy, and to make sure that they are staying true to what their style is, because that's very important. We want to make sure that what we've invested in continues to have the same parameters that it did when we originally invested in it. Gifts to the endowment are critical. Not only is the performance of the endowment important, but also it's the growth of the endowment that is important. And by taking in gifts, we were able to grow the portfolio in two ways, through performance and sheer outright additions.
Good, that was fantastic.
They identify the place by saying here, but really the soldier's home, and then
that would be so amazing. You know, there's this band called The Organ.
The gift that I'm part of is the Asian Scholarship Fund. And the reason why it came about is because I think from my family. My parents were from China. They came over as scholarship students, and they came over just before the communists came into China. And my parents have been very generous in giving back, being able to establish college scholarships for their alma maters, and giving that opportunity now to other generations.
I was very fortunate to receive this scholarship since I came here. So I guess what it means for me, there are twofold meanings. First, I was very happy that, I was recognized by all my achievements, my accomplishments. At the same time, I have this urge to give back to, Mount Holyoke College and to really contribute more and more to my peers, to my professors, and even to myself to, really live up to the grant.
We like to direct our philanthropic endeavors towards young people, and we get an enormous amount of pleasure meeting these young people and seeing their progress and feeling a part of their lives in a small way.
And we've done that through the Weissman Leadership Center, which has made such a tremendous difference to the Mount Holyoke campus and to the students at Mount Holyoke.
It gives us hope for the future because these young people are so imbued with giving back. They're so aware of their surroundings and wanting to make a difference that if we can help them in any way achieve these kinds of goals, it is a great satisfaction and pleasure for us.
My mother, the way I described her at her service was an uncommon woman. And in being that, the empowerment of women around the world was very important to her. And the way to empower was through education, through the gift of education, through what the education at Mount Holyoke did for her. The Mount Holyoke experience for her, she told me many times, was a life-changing experience. Our gift to Mount Holyoke was to try to recreate the experience that my mother had coming to America. What we decided was to put a scholarship program into place that would put an Andrea and Fred Wilson scholar into every class from now on into perpetuity at Mount Holyoke College.
Right? That is a great observation.
A place like Mount Holyoke simply doesn't really exist anywhere else. It's an amazing institution.
Institutions, in many ways, are a bit like people. Some are good, some are neurotic. Mount Holyoke is on the side of angels. It asks a lot of every member of it, but it gives them an awful lot.
We live on the support of our alums in every sense of the word. The moral support, the financial support, the strategic support. It's just an incredible workforce. And our ability to bring all of our constituents together, including all 30,000 alumni, in common cause for the institution is the way that we have really thrived. I think the institution is very much stronger than it was before, but especially I think it has regained a sense of itself. It is a confident institution. It's a resurgent institution. It is claiming its heritage as a distinguished women's college and liberal arts college.